Good evening, Fernwood. My name is Neil, and you are joining my excursion through the entire series of Mary Hartman, a subversive and satirical soap opera from the 70s. This, in fact, is episode 55, which is the final episode of this case within the DVD box set. And soon we will be in my second case. I am 1/6 of the way through the entire series, so I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I've accomplished something, even if I'm the only person who knows it. Let's just do a little bit of a recap of last episode. Last episode focused on the fallout from Kathy and Steve's breakup. Kathy comes home to Martha and Loretta and Mary making plans for a bridal shower for her and tells them right off that she is not doing men anymore. It's not her thing. And that's the bulk of the episode up until the point at which Mary goes home and is greeted by Dennis Foley. Dennis then tells Mary that he only wants Mary and that he will wait for her even though she is married. And that does a switch on a dime as soon as newly reborn Kathy comes in with a new outfit and a new hairdo. And Dennis immediately asks her out, and Kathy, of course, reneges on the promise that she made just that episode and chooses to go to dinner with Dennis. Now, that's really the whole plot right there. Let's do a little bit of talking about Dennis because he's a character who's been with us from the beginning and who has been through some tosses and turns. Dennis met Mary in the very first episode after she went to look for her grandpa, who had been discovered as the Fernwood Flasher, and immediately sparks flew between Dennis and Mary. That kind of grew into a pushy flirtatiousness from Dennis to Mary, and when Mary's marriage to Tom started to go through some rough patches, that was when Dennis kind of made the moves and caused a further rift between Tom and Mary because they did a little bit of making out. Shortly after that is when Dennis starts to get a bit more pushy, and this is where I get very uncomfortable with him. He was on the verge of sexual assault, if you ask me, and it was pretty clearly recognized by Mary as a change in behavior. Of course, by this point, Mary seems to have forgotten any negative feelings she had about Dennis. When Tom and Mary's marriage started to come back together, Mary was trying to figure out what to do with Dennis, and her plan was to set him up with Roberta Wallachek. That, of course, is not that important a relationship to Dennis. She's a pretty lady, but that's not who he wants. And at the current stage of Tom and Mary's relationship, with the current strain that they are going through and Mary's existential crisis, Mary seems quite a bit more open to Dennis, even though she clearly has had a mix of feelings throughout their entire relationship. I'm not entirely comfortable with Dennis, as I mentioned earlier, but, maybe even more, I'm kind of not comfortable with where Mary is because she's still in a committed relationship, even if she is questioning that. And I think the strong feelings that Dennis has displayed for Mary over the course of the series seem to be completely thrown out of the window when Kathy comes in looking more attractive than we remember her. And that's not a comfortable place for Mary because Mary is still feeling some of those feelings bubbling underneath some of the existential dread that she has been experiencing for the last 90, however long it has been that Mary has been in her mopey position. I believe that's enough about Dennis Foley. There's a lot to say about that cat, but I think let us just begin so that I can be 1/6 of the way through Mary Hartman. Let's do it.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Hartman.
Oh, Mary Hartman. Oh, sure, sure.
Oh, listen, I'm really sorry if I disturbed you, but you know how we talked about getting together?
Oh, Hannah, I'm kind of busy right now.
Hey, where'd you put my clean socks?
Look, I can't talk. Call me back.
Who's that?
The laundryman.
Who?
It's a new laundry. They called you.
I don't grumble.
Yes, you were grumbling, George, all night, almost as much as Paul when he's looking for his dentures.
Oh, Martha, will you stop harping on me?
There is something wrong. Now, I want to know what it is. Now, there's no need to bite my head off.
I'm sorry, Martha.
No, don't apologize. Just tell me why you're mad.
I'm not mad.
Well, why didn't you eat your eggs? George, we are a married couple and have been for some time now. I think we should be able to communicate.
You've been talking to Mary?
Well, what about?
Because she's on this thing about communication and understanding people, and I think that's why Tom has all been out of shape.
George, I am not talking about Tom. I am talking about you. Oh, this union election means a great deal to you, doesn't it?
I don't know, I guess I wanted to be a big wig, or, well, not a big wig, but a sort of a...
Mini wig?
I just wanted to have a little class. I wanted to be kind of important.
Oh, George, you would make a very good official. I can just see you now in your new suit and your maroon tie.
And now they've taken my name off the ballot because I'm over the hill.
George, that is not so.
No, that's true, that's true. It's all up to the hotshots like Tom now who want to carry the ball. Well, I put all my eggs in one basket with the hardliners, the power men, who were at the plant when I came there. And now they've just kissed me off.
How fickle can people be?
They don't think that I'm tough enough to stand up in front of those hothead Tom Hartmans.
You want some more coffee?
So, they've written me off. I'm just nothing but an old bag of wind.
You mean off the ballot? What? Well, then you just write yourself right back on again.
No, Martha, nobody takes me serious anymore. I tried to warn Kathy about that what's-his-fingers, and now she's heartbroken. As far as Tom is concerned,
As far as Tom is concerned, what?
Good morning, sweetheart. He's not allowed in the house anymore.
Yeah? Ah, good.
You see, George, she's not housebroken. I mean, heartbroken.
Well, why should I be heartbroken?
About Steve.
Oh, Daddy, that was ages ago.
It was yesterday.
Well, it seemed like ages ago.
Oh, George, she's met somebody new.
I don't believe that.
Believe it, at Mary's. But actually, met isn't the right word. Found is much better.
Who?
Maybe we should ask what?
His name is Sergeant Foley. Sergeant Dennis Foley.
The cop?
Mm-hmm.
George, a cop in this family might be very good for us.
Oh, you was my deep sea diver. Yes, you was my rodeo star. You brought him into my heaven. Now, I don't know what you are. 'Cause the day came along that you failed me. My smile drooped and I just had to bob. Oh, how could you say you don't love me when you never could talk at all? How
It's
could you...
Loretta. It's here, Loretta.
What's here?
Right here in my hot little hand. Damnedest thing you ever did see.
Well, that's just a Billboard magazine.
I know. Just turn to page 47 and tell me your heart don't skip a beat. Right here at the top.
Regional outbreaks? Okay. Regional outbreaks, Atlanta, Georgia. Get Down to Love by the Downers. Hot disco sounds by a new group moving up. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Get Down to Your Thing by the American Family. This disco disc you pick will certainly click. It's kind of a tongue twister, ain't it?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Baby Boy by... Are you serious? That's my Terry, Baby Boy!
Did your heart skip a beat?
I can't believe it, Shirley. Let's see. Baby Boy by Loretta Hager's Off the Wall Country Sounds could be a chart buster.
Did you see that? action. And then pretty soon it's going to be a high climber.
And then it's gonna be numero uno.
On both the pop and the country charts.
And the middle of the road. I think they're gonna like it too.
I
really do.
know they will. I know they will.
But I still wish I knew what they meant by off the wall.
It's just their way, honey. It's just their way. Don't mean anything. Do you realize billboard? Do you realize what that means?
Oh gosh, this is just fabulous. I can't believe it. Oh wow. And you did it. You did it all, baby boy.
Think how close we came to losing him.
Well, the Lord was watching for us. Do you think he's partial to blondes?
I know one blonde he just can't help but be partial to.
Oh, Charlie, you
What?
know something?
What?
Well, I mean, I know a regional breakdown didn't make you a millionaire.
Breakout, honey. Regional breakout.
Didn't necessarily make you a millionaire. You know, I mean, I have faith and determination, but I've also got common sense. And remember why you left the house this morning? You was going to see the loan officer about the foreclosure on the house?
They can't foreclose on a superstar.
Oh, you tell them about the recording contract and the single and everything.
Yeah, sure I did, honey, sure.
But it didn't make any difference, huh?
Don't worry about it. Don't fret your head about it, honey. You've got more important things to think about. We've got to concentrate. You've got to get material ready. You're going to have guest appearances on Bobby Vinton and Hee Haw. What was that song you were singing like?
Oh, that's my new tune. I wrote it about Kathy's tragic relationship with that deaf-mute boy.
Steve.
Mm-hmm. See, it's called, How Can You Say You Don't Love Me When You Never Could Talk at All?
That will break your heart, wouldn't it?
Well, see, I'm going to put in a little upbeat thing at the end, you know, about when she finds this blind guy and how can you see all the stars in my eyes when you can't even see your way to the door?
That's nice.
Well, you know, blind people can fall in love just as easily as deaf people.
You have a gentle soul, Loretta Haggers.
That's money. I can smell it.
Hello. Yeah, hi, Clyde. Yeah, we were just talking about you.
Is it Clyde Family or Clyde Engineer?
Clyde Engineer, honey. Yeah, we just read it. Yeah, she's tickled pink. She's as excited as she can be. Yeah. Hey, listen, Clyde, I want to thank you. I want you to thank your brother in Detroit for releasing that as a single. Listen, we got to get together and talk. We got to maybe get some contracts going for an album, huh? We'll probably get a check in the mail before we get the contract. When would that be, Clyde? When? Fantastic. Oh, that's marvelous. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell her. Don't you worry. Bye-bye.
How much? When we getting it? When we getting it?
Honey, he said just be patient and you'll be getting a check before you know it.
Oh, honey, I can't believe it.
Probably. Honey, I gotta get down to the plant.
Well, Charlie, why are you going to play? You didn't even get your job back.
Honey, I gotta hold that raffle. I said it'd be today.
Oh, but Charlie, you know what happened the last time? I mean, they don't want you around if you're not working there. I mean, I'd hate for that to happen again.
Honey, I got in trouble after I'd already given my word. I said the raffle would be today. I'll try and stay clear of the brass and all, but I gotta live up to my word.
Well, all right.
You have a good day.
You too, baby boy. Well, you better be getting to the plant.
You devil. Goodbye, honey.
Oh, you was a deep sea diver. Yeah, you was my rodeo star. You was all the men in my heaven. Now I don't know who you are.
Oh, come on, George, come on. Come on, what?
Come on, I want to talk to you. Come on.
You stabbed me in the back and now you want to talk?
I didn't stab you in the back.
Oh, no? Then what is that thing out there? Is that a knife or is that a greased telephone pole?
Oh, come on, this is stupid.
Stupid.
Yeah.
You cut me to the quick and it's stupid.
I didn't. The quick isn't in your back anyway, George. The quick is that part under your fingernails.
You turned on me, Tom.
I didn't turn on you. I just spoke out for what I believed in, that's all.
Since when?
Since now.
No, it's because you've had it in for me.
No, I haven't. That's ridiculous, George.
Oh, now it goes from stupidity to ridiculous. Well, you can just take a flying roll at a running donut.
Look, George, I had to take some action because I've had it with my life. I looked at my life and I asked myself, do I want to be patsy for the rest of it and just be stupid?
Why not? Everybody else is.
No, the hell they are. I'm not. If it isn't good enough for me, it wasn't good enough for you when you were my age, George. You know that.
That was a long time ago.
Oh, the hell it was. Mary told me that you used to fight the system all the time. They used to send you home from work, for God's sakes.
That was a long time ago, Tom. We were fighting for wages. We were fighting for medical. We were fighting for security for our families.
What the hell do you think? Nothing's changed, has it? Nothing. I mean, except that we're fighting for the same damn things now. Only we're fighting for something maybe a little bit different, too. We're fighting for job satisfaction. We're fighting for job meaningfulness, George.
How are you going to bank that, Tom? How's your widow going to pay the mortgage with that?
She can't pay the mortgage with that, but that's our fight, don't you understand? You guys had your beef and we got ours. Why the hell can't you see that?
Because I don't want to listen to all this panty waste crap, as a matter of fact. I mean, what do you want him to do? You want him to build a nice big machine to keep you from getting bored while you're working on the line?
Hell no, I don't want him to do that, but what I do want him to do, I want him to respect me as an individual.
Why? Why should they respect the jackass?
Oh, come on, will you? Come on, George. Now, come on. Now, look here, I want you to vote for me for the union office. That's what I want.
Oh,
Nothing. Now, you expect me to vote for you, didn't you? Didn't you?
You are my son-in-law.
Well, hell yeah, and that's why I expect you to vote for me for the same damn reason.
You think that Oh, my God. How'd you get in here?
I snuck in. I just had to raffle the TV set off outside the gate. But I told the guys it would be today. I had to do it today.
Would you get the set?
Yeah, just like I said. $450. 200 down.
What do you mean, down?
I thought you were going to sell 1,000 tickets and then make $500 profit.
$550, you said.
Yeah, well, less the cost of the tickets.
See, 5.
Yeah, it actually came to $516.43, but I didn't even make that much. All I managed to sell was $375.
You see what I mean?
Plus the cost of tickets.
Well, what do I care about the cost of the tickets or being $75 short in the set? That doesn't matter at all to a man who is sitting on top of a big hit record.
A what?
Billboard magazine, today, page 47, calls Loretta's record a regional outbreak.
No kidding, that's terrific. That's
A
great.
breakout.
Breakout.
Listen, Terry, I'm sorry. I'll be out in a minute. I just came here to...
No, you don't understand. I just heard it.
Heard what?
Loretta's tune on WEEI. I ain't ever heard anybody I knew personally before.
You don't know Loretta.
Well, I know you. And when I heard Loretta Hager singing Baby Boy,
That's the tune, all right. Yeah.
I'll be damned.
I just had to come congratulate you.
Well, thank you, Earl.
Also, that even though the plant ain't hiring right now, me and McCullum personnel, well, we thought, if you like, we could take that application of yours and kind of move it up to the front of the priority list.
You could do that, could you?
Sure, for an old buddy.
Well, gee, Earl, old buddy, I appreciate that. I really do. But I don't know. I mean, man in the record business, managing a superstar is a full-time occupation,
Well, you were managing Loretta and working on the line before.
Hey, Charlie, this is a bird in hand till the royalties start coming in. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't know if I care much about that old bird, Tom.
Sure you do, Charlie. And maybe you can get your Loretta to sing at the company picnic?
Well, it's not that I wouldn't like to come back to work,
As a special favor for an old friend.
Well, yeah, I guess. Why not? What the hell? Sure. I mean, until the royalties come in, and then they make me rich enough to buy this damn place.
Great! I'm gonna tell McCullough.
Hey, Dad, welcome back, old buddy. Welcome back.
Boy, I never thought you'd pull that off.
Yeah. It never occurred to me that I wouldn't.
Sit down.
Right.
What?
Why didn't you tell me about Kathy and Foley, huh? Hmm? When the hell did that happen?
Yesterday. But I'm trying to discourage it because, I don't want to see her get hurt again.
You're meddling. That's meddling.
I'm not meddling. She's my sister.
You are meddling.
Tom, I'm not meddling. I'm communicating. I'm using a personal relationship to try to bring somebody to an awareness of a truth about herself.
Where the hell did you get that?
From an article.
Well, you are meddling, huh? Why are you really doing it, huh? And why are you trying to discourage a relationship between Kathy and Foley? Why?
Come, Tom, when you use relationships with the plan to improve conditions.
Oh, come on. Now, that's different, honey. Now, that's different. I mean, I'm just trying to get the guys to support me in a local election.
I know, but you're trying to make them learn something about themselves. You're trying to show them what their life is about.
Well, that ain't the way I put it. I wouldn't put it that way.
Well, that's the way I put it, and that's what I'm
No.
doing.
You are meddling, that's all. You are.
God, why do you belittle me like that? You know, every time I try to be more than a wife and a maid to you, you criticize me, you belittle me, you demean me. You have a very closed mind, Tom.
Look, honey, you see what you're doing? Look what you're doing right now. I mean, here we are, we're in bed, right? And we were feeling fine. Everything was going on just really.
Are you using sex to manipulate me?
What?
Are you trying to intimidate me into shutting up and being a good girl?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. I am trying to communicate with you as an equal, but you...
I am not. I'm going to sleep then. I'm going to sleep.
Oh, you can't handle that, can you?
I can handle
Can
it.
you?
Yes, I can.
No, you can't handle that. You know, Tom, I would be very happy that you found something that you believe in your work. And I think it's going to make a tremendous difference in your life. But I have to have things in my life that I can believe in, too.
Me?
More than you. More than you. Whenever I try to talk to you about it, I mean, you just act so threatened and you just close me off.
This is ridiculous. This is really ridiculous.
Hello.
Mary? Mona.
Oh, hi, Mom. Oh, what can I do for you?
You can't talk. Well, I just wanted to let you know that my schedule's been rearranged, and if you still want me to meet your husband, I think I can fit you in tomorrow.
Oh, great, because we really need your help. I mean, I really, need your help.
Need what?
And we can get to know each other and see the nature of the sex therapy that might be indicated.
Oh, terrific.
Okay, I'll see you then.
Right. Bye.
What was that?
Oh, aprons. My mom found a special on apron and she wanted to know if she could get one for us. I told her no, just for me.
I mean, George getting kicked off of the ballot, that's kind of a BS move on the part of the company. Of course, Tom versus George, you know, their entire relationship is work and Mary. And, you know, at this point, things are pretty strained. Then we see Charlie come back, and now that Loretta has a hit record, he's got a little bit of an in back at the factory. So hopefully that will be good for them. Of course, the contract that Loretta signed a few episodes back makes me a bit uncomfortable about their prospects, but you know, a little bit of attention can be worked into an opportunity, and then an opportunity can become good things. So hopefully that's the case. Kathy is very happy to have seen Dennis Foley, and Mary seems to be... I agree with Tom that Mary is meddling in the situation. Mary definitely is not an unbiased party in the advice that she gives, and that's more complex than I'm ready to get into. And, well, there's Mona. In this episode, Mary never actually saw Mona, and Mona seemed to be in some kind of lingerie attire when she was on the other side of the phone with Mary. That, I think, is fairly suggestive of the kind of work that Mona is doing. And again, I don't think that Mary knows what she has asked Mona to do. And unfortunately, I think Mary is going to have some tough news coming her way as far as, you know, someone potentially trying to have sexual contact with your husband. There's a lot going on there. I don't think I can sort through it right now because it's still kind of bubbling through my head. Hopefully, by the weekend, I'll have a better idea of what I think. Anyway, that was the March 19th, 1976 episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Thank you for coming along, and we will see you next week in Fernwood.